back. Sorry about the delay. Andrew McKenna, are you still there? Or, if not, we'll go with Sarah Orchard. Oh, the echo, there's that.
That's the microphone from some speakers.
You need to mute everyone.
Sarah, do you want to kick us off?
Very good afternoon to you both. I hope you're well. If I start with Hamish first, how are you feeling about the last chance to impress ahead of Test selection?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Just happy, obviously, that we get another opportunity to go out on the field and wear the Lions jersey, and like you say, try to impress. And it's our last chance to do it before the Test game, so it'll be exciting for us all.
I know you'll probably give me a very well-rehearsed answer here, but there's a huge amount of speculation about yourself and Tom Curry and who might get that 7 shirt. How are you enjoying that rivalry between the two of you?
Yeah, I think there's rivalries all over the park, and that's why the Lions are so good. You know, you've got 37 or however many players here, all fighting for the starting 15 spot. So it brings out the best, I think, in all players to have a really tough competition. And he obviously played really well last night. So now it's sort of like on to the next game to try and show what you can do and put your foot forward.
What's it like for you having Stuart Hogg back and having him as captain? He's had a bit of a rough run of it.
Yeah, it's great to have Hoggy back. Obviously, we saw him for the first time, I think it was yesterday in the hotel or the day before yesterday, and he was very excited to see everyone. And Hoggy's quite a hyper guy anyway, so he would have been bouncing off the wall. So it was great to have him back in the camp, and I think he was pretty excited to see everyone, and it'll be good to have him back captain for tomorrow and leading the boys out.
If I could just ask one to Jack. Similar question to you, Jack. What was it like, perhaps, not being involved and getting excited about Test selection? Where's your head at?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to playing again, to be honest with you. I don't think anyone's getting too ahead of themselves and worrying too much about next week yet. As Mish said, like, another opportunity to impress on Saturday. I'm fortunate enough to have gotten a few starts and played a few times already, so I feel fresh. I'm looking forward to it, and it's always exciting with new combinations and playing with new lads. And obviously Marcus is in, which is great for him, and you see Alan Wynne come back onto the bench. So it's going to be a big day, and lads are going to be excited for it.
What's it been like getting to know Marcus? It's been a bit of a whirlwind time for him. How's he settled in?
Yeah, he's like a duck to water, to be fair to him. Like, he's taken to it really well. Obviously, we haven't trained a whole lot in the last few days with the game yesterday, but we did a bit of a conditioning session and ran a bit of shape in the morning there before the game. And obviously, he's a top quality player, and he wouldn't be here if he wasn't. So he slotted in quickly and was able to run all the moves and being that commanding presence that we need at 10. So look, for a 21-year-old, 22-year-old, whoever old he is, it's pretty impressive that he can kind of just come in, slot in so easily, and shows how much confidence and belief he has in himself.
Wish you all the best on Saturday. Thank you.
Cheers.
Hey Jack, how are you going? You mentioned that you had a few chances on the pitch. How do you think it's gone for you?
Yeah, not too bad, Murray. Yeah, happy enough. Like, it's been kind of, some of those games are a bit stop-start, and they probably don't go through as many phases as you would like to get into your proper shape and to kind of build a bit of momentum and to show what you're really about. A lot of it's kind of off the cuff, especially playing the Sharks the other day. When they got down to 14 men, it becomes a bit more open and a bit more of a free-for-all, so it becomes that little bit more difficult to become structured. So I'm happy enough with how it gone. Getting that first start against Japan and over in Scotland was great. And, even though I didn't last the full 80, I was happy with how it gone. And I've trained hard. So, look, it's just about continually putting your hand up every chance you get. And at the moment, I'm not too... there's always more to do, but I'm happy enough with how it's gone.
How are you surviving off the pitch? It's a tour like no other. How are you coping there?
Yeah, it's actually been all right. Like, everyone makes an effort to kind of hang out, obviously socially distant and everything else, and COVID protocols. So, even this morning we had a bit of a coffee morning, and there was Jamie George and Elliot slinging a few coffees around, and Josh Navidi got a little DJ deck with Tig and Tom, and they were blasting out a few tunes. So we're definitely making the most of a strange situation, but it's been an incredibly enjoyable few weeks, and I think it's helped everyone kind of bed in, get to know each other a little bit. The fact that we're kind of stuck here together and we only have ourselves to entertain each other. So I know it's been great, and I think that's kind of shown on the pitch that lads are working so hard for each other, and that kind of team ethos and atmosphere that we've been able to build so quickly. So it's been good on the pitch and off the pitch.
Cheers. Go on, again.
Hi Jack, Will Slattery here. You've never played the Springboks yourself before. How much would you like to be involved last night to get that exposure ahead of the Test series potentially?
Yeah, look, it would have been great. You always want to play every game, but the nature of the beast and the way it is over here, you just can't be involved in all of them unless you're Bundy, who obviously has been rolled out every day, but it's not a bother to him. Yeah, it would have been great to play. The lads put in a massive shift, and I think they would have been really happy with the last 40 minutes of it. A lot of learnings to take from it and things we're better at for next week. But please God, I get an opportunity to go against South Africa at some stage over the next coming weeks.
And how do you prepare for that sort of challenge when you haven't experienced it? Is it something you can prepare for?
Yeah, well, I suppose every game that we're playing is in preparation for the Test match. The physicality that the South African teams have brought so far is it's mirrored in the national side, and you know a lot of them resort to type, especially those first few weeks, the scrum and maul and the way they go about playing the game. So obviously it's going to be a step up if I do get the opportunity to go in the next few weeks. But every day and every week's been a building block towards that.
And last one for me, how close do you think you are to getting into that Test team? Like ahead of this weekend, like how are you doing that?
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, you never really know what the coaches are thinking, and to be honest, it's not something I'm going to spend too much time worrying about. All I can do is do my best every chance I get, and as I said to Murray there a few minutes ago, happy enough with how it's gone so far. You can always be better, but you know, hopefully I get a good 80 minutes or whatever this now comes Saturday, and I'll do as much as I can. And if I'm selected, great, and then if I'm not, look, it is what it is. I think once I look back and I'm happy with my own performance, there's not a whole lot more you can ask. Cheers, Will.
Question for Hamish, please. Hi, Hamish. I understand you were on the fines committee. Did you guys have anything to do with Lewis Rees-Sammett's new haircut by any chance?
I'm actually not on the fines. I'm in the environment committee. Very important stuff. But the fines committee, yeah, it was a fine to shave like the side of his head with a 0 grade fade. But then I think that was all Zam himself who wanted the lightning bolt on it. I think that was optional.
Who did it? Was it trimmed by a member of the squad?
It was from Prav. So he learned how to cut hair over lockdown. So he's actually pretty decent. A few of the boys have been using him for haircuts.
And can you just talk about your role in the environment committee then? Sounds like
I'm the COVID police, and just got which obviously wasn't too good over the last couple of weeks, but and then we've got to help clean up the buses and stuff like that.
And just a quick word on Ali Price. He's looked pretty live in this tour. Obviously, big games coming up. Just a word on him as his performances.
Yeah, Ali's a great player. I've been playing with him for pretty much my whole Scotland career, and played against him a lot for Edinburgh. And he sort of brought the form from the Six Nations to the Lions camps. Looked really good. And when he got called upon at late notice last week, when he wasn't meant to be playing, I thought he did really well, especially when you haven't been able to prepare and go through the plays as much as you would have liked. I thought he stepped up and had a really good game.
Thank you.
Gary?
Hey Jack, how do you do? Well,
Jerry, how are you getting on?
good, thanks, good. You would have been watching on last night. Any lessons to be learned?
Yeah, I think, looking back over it, even a little bit this morning, obviously they're a quality side, so you can't give them that kind of leg up that we gave them in the first 20 minutes. They went pretty hard at the breakdown, slowed down our ball a bit, so I think we found it difficult to get into our flow and into our rhythm early on. But again, I think lads were really happy with how we went in the second 40. I think, obviously they're big threats at the scrum and the maul. I think we dealt with that particularly well. Obviously a few decisions didn't go our way, and hopefully on another day they probably will. So like there's lots of positives to take and lots to work on as well.
It's not a normal tour. You talked about, you know, how to make your own entertainment as it were. What has been the most enjoyable part of this tour for you so far?
It's hard to put your finger on, really. It's just the experience of it all, to become aligned, to get the opportunity to wear the red jersey, to kind of sharing these experiences with lads that you've only played against or haven't even met before, and then you find yourself being able to sit down, have a few beers, have a coffee together, and get to know each other and build those relationships. And it's been really fantastic from day one, you know. And I think we've all worked incredibly hard the last 4.5, 5 weeks, however long we've been here at this stage. So it's been great. I think just those experiences on the field, running out in Murrayfield with your family there for the first time in a long time, was something really special and something I'll hold on to for the rest of my days. Cheers, Jerry.
Last one down.
Hi, one for Hamish from Dan from the Telegraph. Can I ask how the mood shifted within the camp this week? Obviously, the tests are looming now, and these last 2 games, I guess, your sort of final auditions to put your best foot forward. Has that sort of led to any sort of shift in the atmosphere?
I don't think so. I think boys are just getting a bit more excited. You know, we get into the sort of the business end of the tour now, and that's ultimately why all the players and everyone's here to try and get selected for all those test matches. So I think it's just exciting. You know, we've got a training session tomorrow, and you know, everything's sort of getting up to bit now as we go towards those test matches. And I think the boys who didn't play last night, like me and Jack, watching the game from the stand, you know, you just want to be on the pitch, and it was exciting to watch a game like that, and it was definitely a step up. And yeah, it's all just building towards the test matches nicely now.
Do you think it was in any way an advantage for some of the guys that played last night, because it was such a step up and different level of intensity to any of the games that you've played previously on this tour?
Yeah, I mean, it's good for those guys to get a good physical battle, but you know, we're all professionals. We've all had those sort of battles at some point in our career, and you know, that's our job to step up to the challenge, just like the boys did last night when you need to.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, guys. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers.